Here you move the motion in order to immortalize the late Olubadan, distinguished Senator Balogun, late. So, what prompted you to move this motion?
One, you know that he's a reserve order. First class one for that matter. Secondly, he is a former member of the National Assembly. He was a senator between 1999 and 2003. And the traditional institution has been so lucky, or let me say National Assembly has been so lucky that very many members of the traditional hierarchy have been senators here. We have had the Senator Rashidi Adiwola, there was a former governor, was there in 1992. We had Senator Tessin Folani, was there until the last something. He's also in the traditional line. Senator Olubadan of Ibadanland is there. The incoming Olubadan, was also in the House of Reps in 1992. And I'm also here now. I'm a very senior chief in Ghana as well. I'm currently is Maye Balogun. With the incoming vacancy now, I'll become APC Balogun, which is only one more step to become the high chief.
So are you saying because he was a senator, that's why
he was a senator, an activist, a lecturer, an elder statesman, and an Oba? He deserves a mention on the floor of the Senate.
Let's talk about the Yoruba race. As a first-class Oba, what would you say the late Oba has done better than his predecessors?
Well, he reigned for only 2 years, but those 2 years we are progressive, and we had a lot of development in Ibadan. As a matter of fact, the new palace, the modern palace that was has been under construction, is set to be commissioned by him in the next 4 weeks. Unfortunately, he didn't live to live there.
In the history of Ibadan, it has always been an elderly man becoming the Oba. Don't you think this tradition of moving from one rank to the other, from the chieftaincy title to become an Oba, has turned many things bad because of the time?
No, it has not. Rather, it's the best in the world, and it's been copied by so many other places today. Yes, it is the fact that you be quite old before you be, but it's better because Ibadan is a city of Republicans. Sir? And if this kind of thing had not been in place, we may have people, we may not have over for more than 20, 30 years. Ibadan is a place where nobody will allow himself to be cheated. So if this practice had not been there, we could live for not having a number for several years because we would be taking ourselves to court. But here now that we know who is next, we know who is next, and it's not just the Olubadan. I never say the rules, they reign. The Olubadan does things in conjunction with the Olubadan Advisory Council. So it's like several people thinking for KBC.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, in the floor of the Senate today, we can see how the motion be echoed by all parts of Nigeria. How do you describe the late Olu of Ibadan?
I just told you that he was a lecturer, he lectured in ABU. He was a staff of Shell. He studied in England. He had a PhD. He studied in England. And when he came back to join politics in 1982-83, as a young man, rather than joining forces with those who are well-established parties within the state at that time, he rather went and became the gubernatorial candidate of NPP.
PRP.
No, it was NPP actually. It was NPP. it was an error by the person who made it. Because he was the candidate of NPP, Governor Chief Azikwe's party. He was in the NPP. And that shows because he's somebody who, a radical activist. And whatever he believes in, he fights it to the end. That's the kind of person that Kabisi was.
Lastly, sir, the Senate in the last few weeks or months has passed the 2024 budget. And at the floor of the Senate today, there is a letter from Mr. President seeking for an act. Are you satisfied with this, or is it because you are APC, is our party?
No, it's not our party. You know, we were there yesterday, and the motion was brought to extend the 2023 budget to June. We had extended it earlier to 30th of March, to 31st of March, but we are able to extend only the capital. We left the current because we felt it had lapsed. But it was later discovered, as stated by the Senate President yesterday, that very many of our security agencies are people who are on the field, the Northeast, and several places where they are working. And most of our embassies across the globe are being owed several months' salaries. Hence the need to do so. But because the decision taken yesterday was that it had lapsed, it took the intervention of Mr. President to now write to revive it, to now say it's supplementary for 2024. What then means is it will be treated as outstanding liabilities.
Okay, excuse me, sir. Sorry. Now, as it were, you know, there is an opening balance in any account, and the previous one will now be carried forward in the same account before the current one
That account seems to have been closed. It is now treated, like I said, as outstanding liabilities. That is allowed in accounting.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.